Another really handy tool for working with rolled fondant is this ribbon cutter tool. The only trouble is the way you changed it all up was you had to remove this wing nut and washer and then load up the different cartridges and cutters on this cylinder. Well, the wing nut sometimes presented a bit of a challenge because when you would go to roll to cut your fondant, sometimes the wing nut would loosen up and then these would slide around and then you wouldn't get even edges. Oh, and the other challenge was that with all these bits and pieces, it was a lot to get lost and it was a pain to keep up with. Good news though is that Wilton has updated this tool. And not only is it easier to use, it comes in its own storage box. And the pegs that hold the cartridges and the cutters are labeled so you can keep everything organized and tidy. And just like with the new tip saver, the lid for the storage box for the ribbon cutter is angled and it sits underneath. So you have everything angled up towards you, you can see where everything is labeled, it's all together. But this in and of itself is also easier to use. So you press in the purple button and then it's kind of like a toilet paper roll, you know, it just snaps right out. You have a single groove on the cylinder and a single groove on the cartridge. With the old one, there were 4 grooves and notches, so you kind of had to line them up just right. This one, it will only go on one way. You also get the zigzag cutter, straight cutter, wavy cutter, and then you get a lock ring. So you no longer have to fill the entire cartridge. So what you do is you slide the lock ring on and then you twist it. It doesn't matter if you have the entire cylinder full or not. These are not going anywhere. And everything is all lined up, and they also now have the measurements more visible on the spacer rings. So this is definitely massive, massive improvements made for this tool. Granted, you don't get the embosser rings anymore, but I think that the improvements in this tool definitely more than make up for it. So that's the new ribbon cutter tool.